Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Duke and Patches are here tonight.
They're always here.
They're always here. They've made a new friend.
The Tom Squad.
This is the Tom Squad right here. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
That's over here. That's me. I'm that person.
Tom.
Hey, yo.
And new friend of the show, Bishop.
Hello.
Also known as Tom's brother.
What?
What?
Nepotism at its finest.
We came from the same vagina? Oh, my God.
Oh,
God,
it's already
no.
started. The moral compass.
Our moral compass is gone. Where
Man
has
in
he
the
gone?
sky.
He's gone to Missouri.
The man in the sky is gone. Thank you for that one donator who did give us $500 to have Peter quit. If you'd like to bring him back, double the offer. That's all I'm going to say. We can get him back.
Bishop's our new hire.
We'll see how he works out. We'll see how he works out. I guess he did know one of the founders, so he got in pretty easy.
He got really easy, yeah. That was kind of like, hey, man, can I get in the podcast? And I was like, yeah, bro, no problem. I got you, no problem. They'll let you in, no problem.
Also, he looks like a Viking, so extra points.
That's what he's going for.
Yep.
You don't need much of an interview if you can look like you can wield a Mjolnir, but
Yeah.
he looks worthy to me. I think he's cool. You
think you can pick up?
I gotta get
No,
fit a little bit first.
No, you're
have you
Thor.
seen
Thor?
Endgame? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Depressed Thor. I'll
Depressed
fit right in the role.
You're like, I'm a method actor. I've been preparing for this since I was 12.
It's like I fucking regret coming here now.
Oh, everyone does.
I mean, normally they pick on me. It's a nice reprieve.
Oh, we'll find our way back.
Well, full circle.
We'll find our way back to that. I'm sure of that.
So we went and saw. The reason we were not here last week is because there was a miscommunication on our rescheduled film day, because we went to go see a screening of Bros.
Gross.
It's a gay romantic comedy.
Okay, before we even get into that, now that you just know the basic premise of it, that's what it is. It's a romantic comedy where the two leads are two gay men. Okay?
Okay.
We are sitting in the line to get into the theater, and lady, probably mid-40s, maybe early 50s, and her husband come up to get in the line, and it was in a weird spot. We didn't normally do we haven't done a screening of this place before.
They made me pay for parking.
That was annoying, but
DJ
the movie
paid
was
it,
free.
it's
But so she comes up and she goes, "Hey, I just want to make sure, is this the line for that Brothers movie?" She was definitely going into this movie with her husband, thinking like, "Oh, this is a movie.
It's about brothers.
It's a story about two brothers, two guys who are really close."
I really wish that we had been sitting close to them so that I could see her face when things took a real hard left turn.
I did not see her walk out of the theater, but it wouldn't surprise me if she had. Overall, I would say interesting movie. I liked the quote-unquote twist of it is that it's a gay relationship instead of your standard heteronormative relationship. But
it still followed all the romantic comedy tropes.
Oh, it hit every beat. It did what it was supposed to do. It had the rising action, the fall, they break up and then they get back together, thing like that. But it was really funny to see in the light of this is how two dudes actually interact with each other. They even finished it with basically a Garth Brooks cover song that Love Is Not Love. Because that starts out with Love Is Love. And he goes, no, that's a lie. We've just told straight people so they can finally give us the rights that we deserve. And it's like, okay, that's actually pretty solid.
It was written by Billy
Eichner.
Who also starred as one of the leads.
Yeah, he's the lead. I don't know.
Starred in his
you
own
got
movie.
you got to
Billy
know
on the Street.
Billy Eichner, right?
No.
Billy on the Street.
Yeah, Billy on the Street.
No.
He's the overly flamboyant, extremely excitable gay man who asks people questions on the street and then normally doesn't even let them answer the question.
He just runs away, or like screams and runs away.
Oh,
Really?
He's absolutely fucking hilarious. He
How-
was.
This feels like something that's like right up your
I
alley.
really
It would be on YouTube, but I guess it's not on my YouTube.
I really thought you'd immediately go, oh yeah, Billy Eichner, that guy, he's
No.
fucking funny.
don't
Parks and
know.
Rec, he's Craig on Parks and Rec.
Oh.
He's the again. extremely flamboyant and overly emotional gay
He
man.
basically plays himself,
Okay.
but it's awesome.
And he plays that same role in this movie, and it works out quite well. It's real funny.
At first, when you said there was this weird twist, I was gonna be like, "Oh, the brothers? Oh,
They're not actually brothers.
Bros and brothers, though.
Funny,
No.
yeah, they are not actually brothers. It's crazy.
Because like the hello.
What's up, bro?
The whole thing like between why him and the other. Oh God, what was his name?
I don't
Luke.
remember.
The other brother?
I think it was Luke.
Between the two bros.
Anyway, is because they start off by basically making fun of like gay men and just being like, gay guys are just like so stupid.
I thought the twist was
What
that
about
he
me?
was actually gay for pay. Oh,
really?
I thought that was what the twist was going to be. He's like, oh, I'm an escort. I don't actually do this.
But I fell in love with you, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought the twist was going to be. But no, he's just two super gay dudes.
That's good.
Super gay for each other. It was.
Which is good.
It was honestly, it was really sweet.
Yeah.
They didn't have any straight guys playing any gay actors.
Good.
They even make fun of that at one point because they go see a Brokeback Mountain analog. They're like, oh, look at that, 2 straight dudes, queer baiting the Oscars. All right.
And then there was like the other really funny part was like when they were doing like during their breakup time, Billy Eichner's character is like at the gym and he's like, oh, I have a great idea. I'm to go like hit on this dude over here. So he walks to me, he's like, sup, bro?
Like drops his voice an octave, does everything like that, and then like they go home, do the deed, and he goes, that was amazing. He goes, what the fuck, bro? And then they realize that they're back together when he sends them a text that says, hey, what's up?
But that was.
And they're like Giddy,
Alrighty.
Giddy jumping on the couch is like that's the moment like where he's like, oh, I'm back in. It's like that's the moment. Oh, meet him at the airport and show him the big grand gesture of love, and then he's just yelling with his brother his brother who's going through a divorce, just like there has to be that one person in every romantic comedy that where you're getting no, you got to try for love, even though I'm getting divorced. I'm so happy that I at least tried, right? It's always in every romantic comedy has that
time
character.
Literally every trope.
Every time you explain a story, it's always so fucking confusing.
I know we go in out of order. It's great.
It's like
I
super
love it.
out of order.
I love it.
And I'm going, what the fuck is going on in this movie right now? You're telling me this guy has
There's
a
a
breakup
heist.
and then goes, yeah, I'm gonna go fuck this other guy. So he goes and fucks this other guy, and then all of a sudden gets a text message saying, sup, bro? And it's like, I'm in! I'm fucking back in! Yes, I'm gonna go find my boyfriend again. And then all of a sudden
Yeah,
he
pretty
goes
much.
find his boyfriend again? Like,
Pretty much.
Yeah,
that doesn't bode well.
That's
That's
pretty
exactly
much
what
every
happens.
romantic comedy ever.
What?
Normally, they're in the arms of some other lover when they finally decide that they want to be with the
Okay.
person.
Not always going to have sex with somebody though. They'll go on like on a date or something,
this was-
or they'll
this was
get
after-
close to somebody.
After they had he had gone off and was like,
How long are we talking?
Like 2 months. This is also a little bit more insight into the gay dating world than I know.
So I guess it's
They,
okay.
They move a little fast.
Okay.
There is that app called Grindr, and that apparently is still a thing that's being used.
All right.
And it played a prominent role in this movie.
I don't know. You'd think you would like give yourself some time, you know.
well, I
find
don't think
somebody that-
I don't think that was like a
Healthy
let me
relationship
get
kinda
back
stuff.
in it. Like it was more of like a rebound type thing. Like he was just looking to
He's trying to get back in the game, bro.
feel better about himself.
I'm still hot, even though he's not. He's not hot.
Even though he's not hot.
Billy Eichner is not. I would
Not
not
a good-looking guy?
I would just say not classically attractive.
Yeah. Okay. I can admit when a guy's good
I'm
looking.
just he's
He's
no.
got a very
guy.
hairy
Yeah,
chest.
He's not. He's no Orlando Bloom. He's not one of the Chris's.
He's a Mike Myers, Austin Powers kind of guy.
Not quite that bad. If Mike Myers was semi in shape, if Mike Myers was trying to fuck dudes, that's what he would look like. Because I gotta do a couple sit-ups. Shit. All right. There we go.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's gonna be a no, dog. It's gonna be a no, baby, no for me.
Super gay Austin Powers. Oh my god. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Writing Austin Powers for it.
There you
as
go.
I'm just saying,
As
it
you
writes
said
it practically writes itself. But I don't know. I think the whole point of Austin Powers was it was the 70s, baby.
Yeah.
It's groovy. 60s, baby. It's groovy. Free love.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Free love. But
So
I,
for the new age.
yeah, it'll
free
be
love,
new
all
age.
love.
Yeah, it'll be all love.
love is love, baby.
I wonder if
Love
Mike
is
Myers would
love.
play that though.
I don't know. Did you see the Pentaveret, his newish film on
No.
Netflix? I've only seen parts, and it's not worth watching. But at least in my personal opinion,
Sorry, Mike Myers.
I turned it off when he went full twig and berries on screen, and I'm like, I didn't need to see that, Mike. You're a 70-year-old man almost now.
Is he almost 70?
He's in his 60s, I think. I think he's at least 60.
For real, for real?
Let's try this. Hey Google, how old is Mike Myers?
Mike Myers is 59 years old.
59. All right. I thought he was 60. There we go. He's old.
You're getting there.
So close.
He's not young.
He's just showing his twig and berries, huh?
But he's 1 year
Full twig
young
and
enough
berries.
to show his twig and berries.
Full twig and berries.
I'm not an old man yet.
They were in a very dark brown basket, if I may. No, he plays like 5 characters in that movie, and none of them are very
And
good.
one of them is
What?
naked?
Austin Powers does not shave
Mike
his
Myers
downstairs.
Playing multiple characters.
Yeah, but he did 5 in this one. I think the most he'd done was 3 in... no, 4. I guess he had done 4.
4 in the
Gold
third.
member.
Yeah.
He had done 4.
Fuck. So he's playing another cast of himself in that movie?
Yeah.
Or that show, whatever you were
It's a
watching?
movie. It's a movie.
That man doesn't know no better.
Yeah, he plays like 5 or 6 different characters in that. I know he plays at least 5, and I think
Just
he might
doesn't
play
want to
6.
cast anybody else.
He was also one of the writers and one of the directors on it too. So
It's like, I know how to do this.
full creative control.
I know how to go.
Saves money, probably.
Now he is still impressive and has very distinct characters going between each of the people, but none of the characters are somebody you want to actually watch. You're like, oh, that's disappointing, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, he's gotten kind of fat, too.
He's 60 years old. Fuck you.
He's gotten kind of, yeah. He's an old fat
I mean, my dad is like 70 and he's a twig.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a tapeworm. What do you want to say?
Rude ass.
He's also not a rich actor who doesn't have to actually work ever again a day in his life.
I'm going to play 5 characters. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Not quite that old.
I mean, that's not.
He's still Canadian. Where's the Canadian
I mean-
accent?
Oh.
What was it? The,
Yeah, baby,
the
yeah.
Nutty Professor when Eddie Murphy played like 9 different characters?
Yeah, and those were
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
movies.
They were all terrible
Yeah.
movies.
Never been a fan.
The first one was really good, where he just played 2. And then when he started playing his entire family, and that was what the movie focused on. The one scene where he played like 7 people was great in the first movie. And then when they had, let's make an entire movie with these 8 people all played by Eddie Murphy. Let's do it right, and let's do it right after he's coming off of Norbit, the worst movie ever made.
Didn't Tropic Thunder make fun of that with Jack Black? He had like 5 or 6 characters that he was playing in the movie.
Yeah, and that's one of his trailers at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It's called like Fatties or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they.
Have you seen that, Stephanie? Oh my god.
I have not.
Have you ever seen Tropic Thunder at all?
I've seen Tropic Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, that's
the very beginning. All
Where-
the trailers.
Where they're introducing all of the actors.
I
in
don't remember that
Tropic
part,
Thunder.
no.
Because they do the one where Kirk Lazarus gets skin pigmentation surgery so he can play a black man. I'm the dude disguised as a dude who's playing another dude.
Or where him and Elijah Wood or gay priest.
Tobey Maguire.
It was Tobey Maguire. It was Tobey Maguire.
There you go, Tobey Maguire.
Kirk Lazarus
No, I'm sorry. I
Tobey
don't
Maguire.
remember this.
in Oscar bait.
I'll have to find the video and then attach it. We'll attach it to our YouTube video for that. I'm pretty sure they
Just
have
the
all the
trailers.
trailers.
They
Oh,
have
they're
one
they're all
trailers.
great. And then
Sweat.
Booty Sweat. I forgot what it. Booty Sweat. And then
Ben Stiller's movie.
Ben Stiller's. Oh yeah, Tug Speedman. All of his. What are the Inferno movies?
I can't remember.
Because they have.
He's like Inferno 4.
He's like Inferno 1, 2, 3, Inferno 4, Hell freezes over, Inferno 5.
Then he has like babies on his chest and stuff. And
Oh,
I believe it was 2 baby seals and 2 machine guns. I believe is what he was. I believe it was 2 baby seals. Could have been a panda, just like the one he murdered later in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
You gotta watch it now.
That is a movie that could never be made today.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm so glad it did get made.
And we've hit this a couple times too.
Yeah.
But man, that thing cannot.
There's no way. But again, it's so good that it was made because we can look back on it and go, Well, yeah, we shouldn't do it again, but it is funny.
That was
right?
great.
We all agree with it.
I mean, people react to it now. Like it's going doing the rounds on the reaction channels again, and people are reacting to it, and most everyone has good things to say about it. They're like, yeah, they're saying the exact same thing.
The joke still holds up.
Yeah.
Well, because most of the jokes were a scathing indictment of those things happening in movies and that they should never happen. And this is why it's funny, is because we're going to make them all happen in this movie. You never go full.
You can't say that. Now you got to bleep yourself.
Gosh.
I thought
Why
I
didn't say
thought I
it?
whispered it quietly enough.
No, that mic picked it up perfectly.
I heard everything you said.
There you go.
I heard what you
Sorry,
said.
our more compass isn't here. What am I supposed to do?
Not say the R word.
What did he fucking say? He said, the thoughts in my head make my eyes rain.
Dustin Hoffman in full yeah, but he's Dustin Hoffman, man. It's different.
In my dream movie.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't remember the quote.
In my mind movies or something.
My movie.
Oh. Simple Jack. Simple Jack.
Oh my god.
I don't even remember Jack Black being in that movie.
What? He's the coke fiend.
Yeah, he wanted Skittles. He's
Sure,
chasing.
fucking Skittles.
He's chasing the back. My fucking Skittles! No! Oh god!
Like when they tape him to the fucking wilderness, or like they like tie him to the wilderness.
He's like, you gotta tie me up. You gotta tie me up. And when you tie me up, I'm gonna say some things that I've never fucking said before. And then whatever I say, don't let me go. And he's like, hey guys, look, in my next movie, like I will hire everyone on here. Like you all get a part. I'll make sure that everybody's good. Guys, seriously. I will suck your dicks. I will chug all the gravy. I will. Come on, guys, just let me go.
The movie's so funny. The movie's so funny.
Peter's definitely not here.
But Bros was a wonderful, wonderful romantic comedy.
Eight cats.
8 cats.
8 cats.
Okay, good. I'll have to watch it then.
I would go 6 cats
6 cats.
for the extremely gratuitous gay sex scene.
Oh, okay.
My argument to that is it's no different than any other hetero.
I would say that one was a little bit different. Normally, the trope in the romantic comedies is that they fall into bed together after making out, and then the lights fade, and they wake up the next morning like, oh,
Like half
that was
naked.
wonderful. And they have they have the weird Hollywood sheet that's shaped in an L, so it's all the way up on her, but you can see his full chest. Still not sure how they get that to work, but
right, but
they didn't have that part. They had.
You didn't see one penis in this entire movie.
You did not, but you did see a couple of
and
bare
grind.
asses with 2 guys in another dude's lap. Their heads in another dude's lap.
Well, yeah. Having a good old time. More power to him.
Oh, no. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with it at all. But I was like, it was a little more gratuitous than any sex scene needs to be in any romantic comedy.
I would say so, yeah.
That was the only that was the only part that for me that it differed from the standard formula.
So we'll split the difference at 7 cats.
I would say
7
7 cats. I mean, it
was fucking hilarious. There was some great jokes.
to put to your point, like I believe that most movies, if they don't have a sex scene in it, makes it that much better. Because I'm not interested in watching porn.
If I was interested in doing that, I wouldn't be in a public movie.
I wouldn't
theater.
be in a public
Yeah,
movie theater. Yeah.
I'm no Pee Wee Herman.
Just let the audience assume what's happening, and call it good.
Like I said, and that's actually one of my favorite tropes in romantic comedies. Did you see the one with I can't remember the name of the movie now, but it's the one with Rebel Wilson where she gets brain damage pretty much, but she ends up her life becomes a romantic comedy. So she keeps trying to have sex with the Chris Hemsworth character, and they just fall into the bed. The lights go down, and then she wakes up the next morning. And she goes, "Damn it!
I can't remember.
I missed it again." Did we? He goes, "It was amazing." She goes, "No, it wasn't." Like,
I can't remember it.
She just skips to the next day and doesn't actually get to enjoy the thing because she's living the romantic comedy. So this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that sucks.
You guys have never watched Sex in the City.
Yeah, but again,
That's not a romantic comedy.
Yeah, that's not a romantic
That is
comedy.
a HBO original series centered around sex and the city.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, New York is like the 5th character. I'm sorry.
Get out.
Oh, shit.
Leave.
My favorite character in Sex and the City? The City. Followed closely by Big. I liked Big. I know nothing other than that his name was Big.
It's good he had big feet.
Yeah, big gloves too.
Big
from what I
gloves,
hear.
yeah.
From what I hear.
Big pants because he was very tall.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, just a big guy. Just why
big.
his name's Big.
Not an ironic nickname, an accurate nickname.
Very accurate.
They could have called him Slim.
He had a hard time walking through doors.
He's a pretty big dude. He's no Patrick Warburton, but he always reminds me of Patrick Warburton.
How?
A hard time walking through doors. sideways.
Enormous human beings with low voices and limited acting range in the live action roles, but at least Patrick Warburton does great in his voiceover stuff. You gotta give him that.
He was pretty funny in Rules of Engagement.
I think that was mostly David Spade playing off of him.
I mean,
Hey, I just love that's a reunion for The Emperor's New Groove. I really wish John Goodman had showed up in that show at any point in time just to be there. It would be hilarious.
Not touchy.
Yeah, I don't know. Krunk is still one of my favorite animated characters of all time.
You screwed up my groove.
Is he humming his home? Is he humming his own theme music? The poison for Cusco. The poison made especially for Cusco. Cusco's poison. That poison.
Yes.
What's on the next thing?
You're the next thing.
Oh, I'm the next thing. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, me?
As little as possible.
See that silence?
Burn.
That's the.
Burn.
Not what we're talking about. You.
I was going to talk about your foof hair.
My foof hair?
It's very foofy.
Is it fluffing up on the top?
A little
here?
bit. I like it though. It's good.
I'm getting some Ewan McGregor vibes over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
could, if you rode a motorcycle from the Arctic Circle to the tip of South America, I'd believe you were Ewan McGregor right now.
He's riding a motorcycle now.
You have to get on the back. In that documentary, he is with his
And then
friend.
that movie Brothers comes true.
What? What did you say?
And there's the hard left turn.
Now, I don't want that to happen, and I don't want to see that. But if you do, you can sell it for a lot of money, gentlemen. Somebody will pay for that. And I'm willing to cut you
He's
in.
like, God damn, I knew I shouldn't fucking come here.
But it was a bad plan.
Isn't
Yeah,
there, there has to be another movie called Brothers. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the brothers,
Not
right?
bros, right?
Not bros, but brothers.
So it's definitely like a
Brother
some-
Bear,
It's like
right?
step brothers, you know?
Oh, is that the full name's Step Brothers? I thought it was just Brothers. I thought that's what we were talking about.
step brothers. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Do we
that's
just
what
become best friends?
Yeah, instead of being on a boat, we're on a motorcycle. That's what we're doing.
All right, who's riding on the back? That's my question.
I can ride, bitch. That's fine.
The colloquial term. I don't know. Peter, what are we supposed to use in that? I believe the technical term is riding bitch. Can we all agree on that? Yeah. I'm riding bitch. It's just like riding in the middle seat. You're riding bitch.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody
I don't
knows
know.
that. There's probably a better term that's not as pejorative as bitch, but
God, we need to call Peter and get him on the show. 'cause
It just-
it's our fucking moral compass is gone.
it just doesn't feel right.
Should I call him right now? See if we can get him on the line.
Just be like, dude,
Peter,
we
what do
need
you
you back?
I mean, technically, you would be riding tandem.
There you go. No,
But-
tandem would be side, right?
No. A tandem bicycle has two seats, and you sit one behind the other. So you would. Be
Hey,
sitting-
Google. What does tandem mean?
What are you actually
Here's the
calling it?
definition of tandem. A bicycle with seats and pedals for two riders, one behind the other.
Hello?
Boom.
Hey,
Suck it.
What's up?
our moral compass is missing and we have a question.
Go for it.
This is not serious, and I'm excited that we're doing it though.
We need to know the what did you say?
The
Per-
less
per-
the less pejorative term for being
Right.
the person that rides behind the other person on a motorcycle, which is colloquially known as riding bitch.
The passenger?
Yeah, there's got to be a better term for it though. That
Yeah.
doesn't have the same ring to it as oh, you got to ride bitch.
But
If
that would be the term. Also, riding bitch wouldn't be something you'd need to censor. It's a common term.
We just thought there was a better term. We weren't going to censor it. We just thought we'd check if there was a better term.
Passenger. That's the better term.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You already missed the hard left turn we took. This is just coming back to the
Ooh, doggy style shotgun.
See what happens when you're
It's the
not
worst.
here.
Apparently things go off the rails real hard.
Real hard with all that vibration.
I guess I'm gonna have to refund that person their $500 since I called you back. Okay, well you enjoy Missouri. We're gonna talk about She-Hulk now.
Have fun.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Technically, I don't know. I call shotgun. It's a motorcycle. All right, doggy style.
So She-Hulk.
She probably likes the doggy style.
What is wrong with you?
The last
After that's
episode,
working.
I will say, first of all, the last episode we watched with She-Hulk, she literally had sex, and it did the romantic comedy thing where it fades to black and she goes to the next morning.
Was she Hulk?
Yes.
She was She-Hulk.
Whoa.
And then when she woke up in the morning and she was just Jennifer Walters.
The guy
he's
was like, nah,
yeah, I gotta go. Peace out. Bye.
you're not my type.
Start.
Whoa.
I'm like, that's
For
fucked up, bro.
real.
That's
Whoa.
fucked up. She's got a great personality. And it's the exact same personality as when she's She-Hulk. But
She's-
I'm just wondering what's wrong with that dude, because you're talking She-Hulk, and she is not.
she's in
normal.
control. She's in control.
Down there.
And again, that's why I was suggesting doggy style. Otherwise, you're breaking that dude's legs. I'm sorry,
mean-
you just are.
I mean, you're talking like super strong, and then she's on top.
Now, the funny part is, I think this is the conversation that Jennifer Walters, as established in the show, would want to have.
I just want to know.
I mean, they end the first episode with her doing the timeline, pretty much proving that Captain America, that
Fucks.
Steve Rogers, well, mostly,
Fucks.
well, no, she did pretty well proving that he was a virgin before he at least went back in time. After that, not so much when he went back to Peggy. But she's like, up until that point, he was a virgin. And so Bruce basically confirms that, no, he's like, no, he had sex with this one. And he goes, so that means Captain America fucks.
But it cuts it off at the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one's...
I appreciated that.
She was basically just trying to goad Bruce into it long enough that calling calling Steve Rogers a little virgin bitch.
Wasn't.
Until he goes, no, he had sex with this girl and this girl. And she goes, boom, yes, Captain America fucks. Quid pro quo. I don't know. Ipso facto. I don't know. Some sort of legal term.
You guys watched it at all?
No.
I've been
So-
meaning
Even me.
Honestly,
I don't know if it's just the MCU fatigue at this point, but I liked it more than Miss Marvel and Moon Knight, but not as much as like WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki.
I don't know. I will say I like it because they're doing something different. It's a 30-minute sitcom, basically.
Yeah.
Instead of being an hour-long chunk of a movie, basically. This is what they've done with all the other series. This is us having some fun.
Wasn't she just supposed to be like an attorney at law or something?
She is She-Hulk, attorney at law.
And apparently
So
she also breaks the fourth wall.
She's done that in the comics. Even she did that before Deadpool even did it in the
I
comics.
didn't know this.
So does she like go to court as She-Hulk?
Oh, she
doesn't.
was actually specifically hired by a prestigious law firm to run their superhero law division, but only if she did it as She-Hulk at all times. They were not hiring Jennifer Walters. They were hiring the She-Hulk.
So she's
And her first case that they made her take was the parole hearing of Emil Blonsky, also known as
Abomination.
very interesting.
And she got him out. She got him out on parole.
So it's like one of the tropes, like she's only useful as She-Hulk.
No, they're trying to.
Does she get upset that she's like being used as
A little
She-Hulk?
bit, a little bit.
Yeah, I figured.
But
that
she's
was part of
like
it.
starting to embrace
I mean,
it.
I could understand being pissed off about being She-Hulk and then like
A lot of the show is
only being.
a lot of the show is
She-Hulk.
also about feminism and female empowerment and everything like that. So it adds another light to that. She goes, "Oh, I'm only useful when I'm the pretty giant hot green thing," because her Hulk is hotter than her, I guess, quote unquote, standard body by general rules of attractiveness. She's taller. She's got bigger boobs. She's got better hair. Most people find her more attractive as the She-Hulk than they do in her standard form.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
They-
It's a weird thing.
Like
to
and
go
then
with.
like she addresses it too, like it's a whole. And then the last episode, she went to a wedding. She's supposed to be a bridesmaid, so she shows up as She-Hulk. She's like, you know what?
This is
I'm
what
gonna
everybody
brace
wants.
this. I'm gonna like show it off.
I'm
And-
gonna show off that I got a fancy new job. I got fancy new superpowers. I haven't been able to show off at a wedding in my entire life.
And then the bride's like, oh no, can you like not?
She
Well, yeah,
even
'cause
had,
she's a bride, so
she even had a special dress custom made that she could wear it as the She-Hulk and look good and everything like that too.
But again, you should have asked the bride.
No, and she was more than willing when the bride said, "Hey, can you not be
be
She-Hulk?"
She-Hulk?
She goes,
But
"Yeah."
the bride was also kind of a.
Peter would definitely say you're not allowed to say that word, but I agree.
Gotta bleep that.
No, the bride was really, really awful to her. It was one of those. She definitely invited her as the ugly friend to make her look better, and then when she
Yeah,
shows
like-
up as successful
Like
and pretty,
even when she asks her to like not be She-Hulk, it's not like she was like, oh hey, you know, I actually want you to just be you because I like you. It was more of just like a, can you just like not?
she immediately
Can you
did the.
not?
She said, "Don't be the She-Hulk because you'll ruin my day, and it's
Yeah.
my day. It's not your day, She-Hulk." And then a supervillain crashes the wedding, and they have a fight in the middle of the wedding, and so she's the She-Hulk, and then the bride comes in drunk and goes, "Oh my God,
She-Hulk,
She-Hulk's at my
showed up!"
wedding." You think she's about to get pissed? I can't believe you'd ruin my wedding like this. No, she's just drunk. She goes, "I can't believe She-Hulk's at my wedding. I'm such a big fan." And you're like, that's not what you literally said yesterday.
Is she just always in control? Like she,
Yeah.
never, she
Yeah.
never had like a moment
No,
of Hulk where
well,
Yeah, like
the-
that's the one of the
Personalities.
things that's addressed like in the first episode is because you know Bruce is trying to teach her how to be Hulk and like you know so the very first time she does freak out just because obviously like never been but she gains control pretty quickly and then he's like you know my thing is like I'm always angry and then she lists like all the bullshit that women go through like on a daily basis and she's like yeah no like
I've been practiced with this.
This is-
Also, she doesn't suffer from from a dissociative identity disorder, where a giant evil thing inside of his head was what was protecting him from the emotional and physical abuse from his father as a child. So she never had to deal with a literal second personality that is a rage monster. So, or at least not yet.
So
Maybe that'll happen.
the actress is Tatiana Maslany.
I have to see the picture.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that her?
Yes.
And they're saying that she's ugly.
Yeah,
no,
that's been-
no.
that's
No,
been
they're
going
saying
on.
that She-Hulk is hotter. She's
So-
not
What
ugly.
fucking weird fucking
She's-
show am I gonna watch
she's-
here?
Pull those pictures back
She's
up.
they also dress her very mousy and do bad
So,
hair and do
yeah, where
less
she
than
has the
stellar
short
makeup.
hair, like that picture of her short hair, that's the normal her. But that picture with the dark, longer hair,
Uh-huh.
like that's kind of the look they went with for like her She-Hulk form.
But even shorter hair, she looks perfectly fine.
But no, and in the show they make her wear clothes that don't fit right. They do her hair so that it looks like she doesn't take care of it. She's the standard every.
Oh, so she doesn't take care of herself.
She's every ugly. She's every ugly girl in every high school teen drama that needs the makeover so
No,
that she can.
she's just one of those girls who doesn't give a shit about what she's wearing.
no,
she's not
she
out
cares.
to impress
She
you.
cares about her fucking career. Yes.
Yeah, she's not out to impress you. So who gives a fuck? But if she's that upset about it, then like do something about it. Like
And that's why she goes around as the She-Hulk.
she didn't have to go around as She-Hulk. Just change your outfit and your wardrobe.
I think it's going to. We're going to see an amalgamation when it comes here towards the end, where she embraces the She-Hulk part in more of her regular life. So
Oh, and actually like kind of
well,
dresses
she's
up a
already
little bit more.
kind of started
She's done it a
leaning
little bit
that
already.
way. She had the Jennifer Walters dating profile, and she wasn't getting any hits, so she made the She-Hulk dating profile, and that's how she hooked up with that guy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When it comes down to like actual dating, like real life dating, I think you should take pride in yourself and at least dress up. You know.
But it actually worked out in her favor because when the Tatiana, who's like an influencer superhero,
Titania.
whatever, she's fucking annoying.
she's an
Um,
influencer and a superhero,
but,
in
like-
the worst way possible.
She basically tries to trademark the She-Hulk name and to get back at her for kicking her ass in like earlier in the show. And so then the that dating profile actually was able to establish that she had a pattern of using that in her everyday life.
So there's actually some decent legal precedent going on in it too. Heck, in the first episode, she hulks out and that Titania girl breaks into the courtroom of the thing that she's been practicing. It's like her first major case as a prosecutor. She's been doing the closing arguments, doing everything like that. So she's been practicing hard. So she's sitting there, and the crazy girl busts through the wall, and so she hulks out and punches her, and they throw the case out because they're like, well, once you saved all the jury's lives from me having the court room thrown at them, we had to take you off the case, and we're just gonna go to a mistrial, and we're gonna have to retry it because the jury would obviously side with you. And then I'm like, that is actually good precedent.
Yeah.
All right, well, you can't have people just saving people in the courtroom.
That is the legal system.
Wow.
So far, though, my favorite thing is so Wong shows up a couple times, and at one point,
Just Wong.
There's this like, how would you do, like drunk valley girl type person?
Yes.
Kind of like shows up, and she like takes part in this magic show, which is how she ends up like running into Wong. So far, her name is Madison with 2 N's and a Y, but it's not where you think. And she's my favorite part of the show so far.
She gets drunk, and so she's at a magic show. The amateur magician did like a week at Carmitage and started learning the ways of the Sorcerer Supremes, kind of thing like that. So he's got a sling ring, but doesn't really know how to use it. So he like makes a portal, and like just that's his big finale trick is that he makes a portal and shoves somebody into a random portal and doesn't know where it's going and then shuts it, kind of thing like that. So they always end up back with Wong somehow. And like she shows up and he's watching The Sopranos and he goes, all right, you can stay here, but don't spoil it. And then she immediately spoils it. And he like saves her again, and he gets her again, and then they're walking out, and he goes, "You can hang out with me as long as you don't spoil The Sopranos again." And then immediately another Sopranos spoil.
And she calls him Wongers, and I love it.
Wongers! Oh my God, Wongers!
Yeah, she's my favorite.
It doesn't sound like a terrible show.
It's like I said,
It's not a terrible show. It's
I really-
just like
I like that it's a different format. Again, it's the 30-minute sitcom. Pretty much everything is pretty self-contained in the episodes. Like there are like it's like she'll do a fourth wall break and you go, I guess we'll have to figure out what happens next time, and like you're doing shit like that. And you're like, all right, that's pretty good.
yeah, and like when Wong showed back up, she's like, "Oh, I guess you're all excited he showed back up."
Well, yeah, she like looks at the camera. She goes, "Oh, why are you all smiling? You just saw Wong, didn't you? Okay, I get it. I'm second fiddle in my own show named after me. But anyway, let's move
Like
on."
I said, I like it better than Moon Knight and Miss Marvel, but not as much as I liked the other 3 shows.
As long as the fourth wall breaks aren't like overly used.
No, they're
Like
they're-
one
they're-
every couple
they're good.
episodes.
No,
They're
they're
good comedic items.
yeah, they're
Okay.
done. They're done pretty well. It's more like an Office fourth wall break. It's like she's Jim.
Yeah.
She's just
And
like,
like
really?
now we're starting to get to the point where like it's getting into like the okay, there's actually some stuff going on like behind the scenes. So I think maybe in the next couple episodes I might come around to it more. But I mean, we've talked about this before. The big problem with like a lot of these Marvel TV shows is the pacing. So it's like unless you have time to sit down, and I thought it was only 6 episodes long. Apparently it's not. So I was like, let's do this. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
It's
like.
not-
But
right?
I mean,
think it's gonna be
even
like 9 or 10.
but this one
30-minute
still
episodes,
isn't
yeah.
as badly paced as like Moon Knight was. Like Moon Knight was.
And again, I think they're
bad.
saving that from the 30-minute thing. They got to wrap stuff up in a pretty little bow in 30
Yeah.
minutes. They don't just keep rambling on, making it. Well, we made a 6-hour movie. Where do we cut this into pieces to turn into a
That
television
and
show?
like you mentioned, they're taking more of that sitcom realm, so it's not as like it's not as like dark and trying to be like broody and dramatized.
CGI is good too.
It's okay.
She
Yeah,
looks
she
real
looks-
solid.
it's
She
not
looks
too
real
bad.
solid as the She-Hulk.
Are you saying she looks hotter? Than She-Hulk?
No, I'm just thinking the mocap and everything like that was done very well. They've gotten pretty good at it. And she didn't even have to wear a giant polka dot suit. Like Mark Ruffalo was apparently very mad about that because he came back and like he's doing the motion cap for this too, and it's all like way less intensive than it was on any of like the Thor movie, like the Thor movie or the Avengers movies or anything like that. So he was actually kind of pissed that she never had to go through like the
hardcore stuff.
the body morpho suit and do all that stuff. He's like, they just kind of go in there and they take a bunch of pictures and it's done. It's kind of bullshit, honestly.
So sorry.
He's like, I had to walk around in a gray and black leotard for the 6 months shooting this, and she just gets to be herself. It's kind of crap.
Isn't there like a cut? It's the Eternals, I think. In credit scene, he's not Hulk anymore, right? He's himself, or which movie was it? It's one of the movies. Post.
I don't think
Endgame.
it wasn't.
I think it's
which one
Eternals.
was it? Was it Eternals? Because Eternals, I know that's when
There's
Hero shows up.
Yeah, Harry
in the-
Styles' character, and
Yeah.
then there's two. I think there's two end credit scenes.
Because he's hanging out with Wong. I think he's hanging out with Wong, isn't he, too, at the end of that? I don't remember.
Either
Because it wasn't Shang-Chi, so I think it had to be Eternals. 'Cause
maybe it wouldn't. It might be Shang.
No, because Shang-Chi had Wong in it, because they go up and they Shang-Chi goes and meets Wong in the bar, kind of thing like that.
Oh, okay.
Wong
remember
comes
which-
and abducts Shang-Chi. Totally different. He's like, you have to come with me right now.
That kind of is what happens.
And now we don't know what happened
I don't like.
because
Yeah, none of the movies are connecting. That's where it's like disconnected.
they are, but they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for. I'm thinking a lot of that is all gonna coalesce with Ant-Man: Quantumania.
They'll start getting back to normal.
Well,
after
they'll
that.
start. They're really gonna start stitching it all back together. I think, hopefully, at least with Quantumania, because that's where they're really gonna do. Let's get some multiverse shit going.
Well, yeah, because Kang's supposed to be
Yeah,
in
like I
that,
said.
and Kang just showed up in season 1 of Loki.
Like I said, I think it's finally all gonna start clicking together.
We'll see.
So you think that's
Hopefully.
what they're trying to do is just trying to confuse you as
I
much as
think
possible.
they're trying to
sit there
turn-
and say, hey, this is all different universes.
They're trying to make you feel like you're in the multiverse of madness,
Okay.
and then they're going to inject some saneness, sanity.
All of a sudden,
That's the right
Stop.
word. What?
No, can it just like? It's too much.
No,
Can it
it's
stop?
insanity.
Probably not. No, it's
Has any of the shows like even mentioned the giant freaking hand and
No.
head in none of the
Nobody
No.
has-
movies?
Nobody has brought that up
Eternals
since that
hasn't been-
movie.
I'm thinking they're really just gonna just try and forget that Eternals happened.
I liked it though.
Did the Eternals not do well?
I thought it did well.
Not critically.
Yeah, I
Nobody
don't-
cares what the critics think.
Well, okay, not on the aggregate score between viewers and reviewers.
Yeah, you didn't see like a huge like, oh man, the Eternals so fucking good.
No,
Like there wasn't like
Like
this hype for
people
it.
were fine with it. I
Yeah.
think
It was okay.
overall they were fine with it and wished it had been better.
Yeah, there was characters they focus on that I'm like, yeah, we could have focused on the
Why
other
do
ones
why
better.
why do we have like 45 minutes of Kit Harington who's going to be the Black Knight just as a normal dude? Can we get and then we get a teaser scene at the end where he almost touches his sword and then Blade off screen goes, "Hey."
Don't
I
do that.
I was saying that was
And
like,
then
I
none
feel
of
like one of the
that
most
was
wasted
announced
character.
I mean, I
at
just hope
D23.
In Blade, I hope he's like actually in Blade. That'd be kind of cool. Like, not
If he
just
actually shows up in the Blade movie,
not
yeah.
just like at an end credit scene. That'd be cool if he's in the movie.
See that maybe that's what they're hopefully trying to establish there, but I'm also like they're like, oh, he's not an important enough character to give like a full backstory to,
But
so
when-
we'll do
when do
this
they
and then we'll do some
plan-
flashbacks.
When do they plan on doing any of that?
knows?
Because none of that has been announced in
I mean,
any of
Blade
the
was-
upcoming
I mean,
phases.
Blade was announced and it's been placed on that timeline. It's there. It's coming
Blade's
soon.
definitely in there, yeah.
I think at least in either
I think it's 2024.
24,
or something,
yeah. They announced.
So they may have pushed that back because apparently Deadpool 3 is supposed to
yeah,
come out in
that's what I
2024 now,
saw, yeah. They put
which I'm not upset about.
God, just release like 2 or 3 of those during the year. You know?
What, Deadpool movies?
No, like MCU movies. Like
perfect.
let Deadpool happen like in January, February, then let have another one happen like
That's what they do. They have
Yeah.
they normally have their
like 4.
they
Spring
normally have
and winter.
They normally have their early year summer blockbuster and then their Christmas break one. They do spring break, summer blockbuster, and Christmas break.
What was
And
this
that's-
year?
Good Lord, I don't remember.
See?
But
Thor.
there's too many of them. Thor: Love and Thunder,
That wasn't really that.
Ant-Man Black Adam comes. No,
That's
that's DC.
DC.
Yep.
Get out.
Well, was Doctor Strange at the beginning of this year? I don't know. My years
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
That
my
was the
years
other
are all
one.
meshed.
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Right, me too. I'm like trying to think, and I'm like, I know we went and saw it.
Yeah, it was Doctor Strange was their early year one, and then the big
Thor
summer one
summer.
was Thor,
Summer, yeah.
Is there even one for
and
Christmas?
then there's supposed to be one, but I don't remember what
Is
it
not
is.
maybe Black Panther.
Wakanda
no?
Forever.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Isn't
Black
that
Panther.
November?
Yeah, Black Panther's coming out in November, so that's their third big one for this year.
See, we got there eventually.
We figured
There's
it
just
out.
so many. There's just,
Teamwork, guys.
but there's just so many. You basically have to have an encyclopedic knowledge of everything to be able to watch any of them nowadays.
That's
It's a
what's kind of
cinematic
crazy.
universe.
That's where it kind of is getting crazy because
Like-
it's like if you don't watch a whole bunch
Oh,
of
you haven't watched 21 other movies? You may not know this one. Did you watch any of the TV shows? Did you watch the first 3 episodes of the ones on Netflix and then forget everything else about them? Because that's what you'll need to know for this. So,
yeah, because I mean, Doctor Strange, literally, you have to watch WandaVision,
yeah.
or you'll have no idea what the heck.
They tried
Wait,
to do
why is Wanda evil?
I guess they just
They tried to
kinda
do a
say
little bit of
Darkhold.
that. Like, they tried to give a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Like, so you could have theoretically not
Yeah.
watched it, but it really makes a lot more sense if you had
It
watched
makes no
WandaVision.
sense. It's like, where are these kids? What is? This
Why does she
Darkhold?
care about these kids so much?
Yeah.
Which was like,
Who the fuck are these assholes?
I really don't necessarily want to watch She-Hulk, but I know if I don't, it's gonna come up somewhere later randomly, and I'm gonna be like, I don't get it.
I think She-Hulk is actually going to be a little bit more standalone. It's actually what I would wish they would actually kind of do with a Deadpool is just let Ryan Reynolds have a show and just let him do whatever the fuck he wants and release it throughout the year so it's always there and he could do shit talking about the rest of the MCU and everything like that.
Well, I was
But-
gonna bring it up as one of my extra bits, but since we're talking about it now, they did release the teaser trailer for Deadpool 3,
Oh yeah.
and it's just Ryan Reynolds sitting on his couch, just being like, "Man, guys, I tried really hard to come up with something. Like, I dug really deep down, and I don't know, man. I couldn't come." Going on for probably a minute and a half, right? And then he's just goes, "Hey, Hugh, you feel like being Wolverine one more time?" And Hugh goes, "Sure, Ryan." So he's gonna come back as Wolverine.
That's cool.
Wolverines.
I'm excited.
To make it even harder for them to cast a new Wolverine later
Nice.
on. Bring him back again.
Or make it easier. Because if Deadpool kills him and he goes, "No, it's okay. Shh, the continuity will be okay. It's fine. It's okay, Hugh."
But with everything else going on, they could just as easily be
Let's
like,
just stab him in the chest.
multiverse.
Yeah.
Sleep. I could see. You could see that. No, shh. I'm not dead. I'm healing right now. No, shh. Quiet. You're dying. You're dying.
I think plot-wise they can find anything. But I'm talking about more for the actor that takes on the role eventually. It's going to be
Oh
difficult
no,
for him
because
to be.
this will now be 10 movies that he's done.
Yeah, and by having it separated from the role at least sometime, new kids are not going to really know.
I think that's why they would have to actually establish the new Wolverine in this. If Hugh
That'd be
Jackman's
good.
going to be in there, that's the only way he's going to be
Just
able
have
to.
multiple
Yeah,
Wolverines
the
and
only
one
way
of
they're
them
going to be able to
be-
go. He goes, "Hugh, I mean, Logan, what's up, man?"
Well, wasn't that the whole point of Logan? It was like that little girl was supposed to be like the next Wolverine.
Technically,
no?
I mean,
sort of ish.
Yeah, technically,
Kind of.
sort of ish.
That's the Old Man Logan comics anyway.
Yes,
That's what that's based on.
that's not based on like the Marvel.
That's
cinematic,
not that.
right?
Yeah, that the Marvel Cinematic Universe will probably not use anything
Yeah.
from that timeline at all. At least not for a long time. Hopefully, they actually, if they get to Immortal Hulk, that would be great. I would actually watch that.
Oh no.
They'd have that would be an R-rated superhero movie too.
'cause our
That'd be
Immortal
so
Hulk
fun.
gets terrible.
He's a cannibal.
Yeah,
Oh,
Also, he fucks his
lovely.
cousin.
he fucked his cousin. His whole family's psychos. Like,
Yeah, they're a bunch of inbred Hulk monsters
yeah. And he's just this old Hulk who's just
who can't die
evil as fuck.
and refuses to let Banner die. And then Banner eventually commits suicide inside his own head, and then Hulk is truly alone.
Yeah,
And that's how the whole comic book run ends. It's basically just, and Hulk is finally alone.
yeah.
And he's sad about it. It's fucked up. He
What
eats
the
some people.
fuck?
It's fucked up.
It's a lot of people.
Why?
And then the zombie Hulk was him, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Was the Immortal Hulk?
I think he
the-
was technically the immortal.
Yeah.
It gets all convoluted. Peter's not only our moral compass. He's also our records keeper.
Encyclopedia.
What episode? What issue was
Peter,
that
what
in,
is
Peter?
this?
All
Just
right.
call him back real quick.
Peter, come back.
Second one.
You can
You
blame
can say
it all
on the show. There is a moral compass that we need today.
We are sorely lacking.
Peter, come back.
Is that the Peter theme song?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Excelente. If I may.
There.
All right, what have you been watching lately? What are you bringing to the table? What have you been watching?
I've been
What
watching.
have you been playing? Who you been
Same
seeing?
stuff I always play.
Like what?
What do you play?
I mean, League of Legends. I've been playing Plate Up with him. It's a game like Overcooked. You ever?
You ever played Plate Up?
No.
So Plate Up is, to his point, a game where you're basically serving and you're cooking and doing things.
Pretty sure that's why I've not played that. I do it that in real life. Good.
The run-on joke with him and me is like, I just got off work. I don't understand why I'm working again.
Why am I logging into a shift? What am I doing?
It's pretty much what we do. But I mean, a lot of shit's what, like making random jokes.
Yeah, and then it's also a lot of strategy and like how you can literally automate the whole kitchen if you get like these proper tools and stuff. So it's like RNG. It's almost like oh, hopefully we get the correct rolls so we can automate our whole kitchen and we can just sit there and literally just here's your damn food, eat it, and then clean the table and then be done.
A lot of it's like the store is a pizza place, so you call it like Pizza Bros or making dough.
Well, don't say Pizza Bros. It's got some connotations now.
Want a pizza me?
Want a pizza me?
Want a pizza me? Ooh.
Oh, there's a lot of them. What was the other one?
People say my puns are cheesy, but you just can't handle a pizza dish.
We were making hamburgers. What was it? McCall's Meats.
Yeah.
And then we failed, and we called it
Or,
McCall's
the
Meats
steaks.
too.
It was the
Yeah,
steaks. We were making steaks and McCall's Meats, and then we failed and McCall's Meats 2. We kept taking turns naming after how you named yours, but McCall's Meats 3 was mine. Next one.
Every time, like, random customers come in and be like, "Hey, welcome to McCall's Meats. Do you want some of our meat or what? How do you like it? Medium rare or rare? We like it rare. You want our meats in your mouth? Come on. It's good."
Jesus. Do like real people come in as the customers?
So no, it's like the players themselves cook all those stuff and deliver to the tables and stuff, and you set it all up. But like it's automated AI
Okay.
customers, so as soon as
Just
they
making
walk
sure.
in, you
What's
just
cool-
sit there and you just say stupid shit.
Is it has Twitch like functionality, so Twitch streamers that play it, they actually can have their chat like be the little AI bots, so your name's on there and stuff. It's funny.
That's actually cool.
I didn't know
So
that.
your character could be the one that can make them lose if you get unhappy. Like obviously you don't control it or anything,
But you can be that guy.
You can
That
be-
was me.
that
You
was
fucked
me.
up my burger, asshole. I said no tomatoes.
It's like everybody
All
in the
the
chat's
tomatoes.
just like, I rate this place 1 star. Shitty service.
That's the real world.
And like you're doing your best, and like it's really good, but you're like every single customer's like, this meat tastes like cat turds.
Well, that's because we saved money by selling you cat
Cat
turds.
turds.
No wonder our profits are through the roof.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go up to what I'm gonna just call the end of the month wrap up. I pulled.
We are towards the end of the month, aren't we?
It would be the end of the month, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
show would be next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of going to YouTube and pulling a bunch of comments like I probably should have, I just pulled the ones that
Should've.
were actually directly sent to me
She should have pulled them.
via YouTube.
What a jerk.
Yeah. Well.
Like they were like private message to you.
Like, people can DM
No,
you
like
on
when
YouTube.
people sometimes when it's like hit or miss, but sometimes when someone comments, YouTube will email me and be like, "Hey, someone commented on your video," and sometimes they don't. So I don't know if it's maybe just the subscribers it sends me.
Maybe.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
I don't know how YouTube works. I just talk on it.
But it just occurred to me as I was looking at these measly 2 comments, which one of them I'm pretty sure is you.
Is Tom using dummy accounts again?
I'm down.
Which one is it?
I want to hear
The
this.
unconscious shadow.
How'd you know?
Because the profile pic is the one that you were using on Discord
There
forever.
you go. I was waiting for someone to say something. It's been an honest run-on joke that I keep commenting, and then you were like, "Yeah, so the unconscious shadow said this," and I go, "Yeah, really crazy cool." I'm glad this actually happened and you actually caught on. I was waiting for someone to catch on to
Which
it, or
I'm
just
pretty sure is you.
someone
Uh,
on
So Tom commented on,
So
on our own video.
"Lol, feed me." Insert words here.
Oh, that was on the one, right?
Yeah, that was the Peter is our moral compass video when we were talking about Pixar, the new Inside Out 2.
Yeah, the
The new
emotion.
emotion, yeah.
The emotion for horny. Some angry fucking emotion, just like, feed me. Just like some inappropriate shit to feed.
And then the other one was commented on our Ooh Shish Kebab episode. I can say words today.
I don't think you can say any of those words. None of those words sounded right. Ow, that was my face. It was not my face.
And Zach doesn't know where his face is. But our number one fan, J Gilmer42, did comment. She said, "Welcome back, guys. Missed you. So I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. If any of you have seen it, could either of you please explain the storyline? I forced myself to watch it until the end credits. To me, this movie was a really bad. Christian Bale and Russell Crowe couldn't save this movie. Speaking of Russell, what accent was Russell Crowe playing for Zeus? To me, he sounded Italian." And I actually think we did talk about it in the very next episode, but
He does sound a bit Italian, which is sort of okay because.
but it's like bad Italian.
Yeah, but it's obviously a cross between Italian and Greek because they're trying to show that Zeus is the same guy that ran both those pantheons. He's also Jupiter. So I think that's why he had the Italian accent because he was the Roman god
Trying
of
to
the
beat
universe
that.
more recently than the Greek god Zeus, but he's still called Zeus. I don't know what a non-racist Greek accent sounds like, so maybe he was doing that perfect. I don't know.
To answer your question, the storyline was
Sounds great.
I'm trying to like
Seems very confusing still.
I mean, okay,
was
no,
a
there's
plot.
there's Christian Bale's character Gore. He's on his dying planet with his daughter, and he prays to his gods, and then his daughter dies because his gods do nothing. Then he happens on an oasis in the middle of the desert that he's dying in, where his actual gods are living, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't give a shit, bro."
so then
Go
he
fuck
becomes
yourself.
the god killer.
So he accidentally cuts himself with the necro sword, which is one of the most powerful weapons in existence, that can kill any god, and then in fact takes the energy and power from that god and imbues the wielder of the sword with that power. So the more gods he kills, the easier it becomes for him to kill gods. And his whole shtick is that he wants to kill all of the gods because they obviously don't care about people. And he's not wrong. They're kind of dicks.
So then
Mostly.
Thor has to come to like save the day, but Jane, it turns out, has had cancer, and so she kind of does some research and thinks that Mjolnir can actually save her. So she goes to New Asgard to get Mjolnir, and it turns her into Mighty Thor. However, Mjolnir is also basically sucking her life force out every time she becomes Mighty Thor. So she's killing herself faster.
And while she stays as Mighty Thor, the cancer is still killing her because the medicine doesn't work when she's
Mighty
Thor,
Thor.
and it doesn't actually. It makes her feel better while she's got the power of Thor, but as soon as that's done, she feels way worse. But really, I guess apparently the only real reason that Mjolnir actually could save her is because, well, Thor's got a
apparently
real creepy.
Mjolnir is sentient, and
Yeah.
so like Thor was talking to it was like, you need to protect Jane at all costs.
When he
always.
became the true king of Asgard, basically, like, right, he was when they were dating, he told her you have to protect her all the time, and so he basically added an enchantment.
Yeah.
He attached an enchantment to the ones that Odin already had on there, that it will also always protect Jane Foster. So that's how she became the Mighty Thor. So yeah, then they have to go and they're trying to get an army of gods to fight the God Butcher. Okay, I'll just not talk then, I guess.
You do it to me all the time, so I don't even want to hear it.
It's true.
It's true.
So then they team up with Valkyrie because Gore also kidnapped a bunch of kids because he needs to trick Thor into giving him Stormbreaker so that he can open the thing up to the Promised Land and then make his wish to like kill all the gods.
So
He's trying to open the portal at the center of the universe. That then I can't remember who the name of the guy is in there, but basically once you open that, you get any one wish will be granted for you, and his wish is going to be that all the gods are dead.
So he's the only god.
No, he's not a god.
He's a god killer and gets imbued in battle
He
or
just
whatever
has
by
lots of
all the-
power. He's not a god,
He
Okay,
knows he's
technically.
dying anyway.
and he'll die.
Oh, he's
Anyway.
dying.
Yeah, the sword corrupts and kills you.
So then, like, they go to fight him, and Jane and Thor also, like, rekindle and fix their relationship. But it's too late because Jane dies from cancer. And then in that last bit where he's like, no, Jane, don't do the thing, he gets Gore to actually wish his dead daughter back to life. So Gore's daughter comes back to life, but Gore dies and Jane dies. So then Thor is gonna raise the little girl, and then Jane goes to Valhalla. The end.
Because she dies a warrior's death. It's pretty baller.
Honestly, the way you said she dies of cancer. just
Well,
Okay.
because she was mighty.
she dies of that.
She was battling, but when she does something with Mjolnir and it totally breaks, and then she doesn't have the strength to stay as Mighty Thor, so she reverts back to regular Jane. But because like
Regular Jane's cancer has gone so far, she's in just like
yeah,
She pretty much dies almost immediately. Yeah.
but like it's considered dying in battle since they were still bad. Whatever. She went to Valhalla, and that was the end of the movie.
The battle was still going on, so yeah, she technically got a warrior's death. But and then Thor has a kid now. I guess that he's going to teach how to punch people
Murder
in the face.
things.
Murder things.
Yeah,
I think that pretty.
Korg's still there.
And
Korg's a face.
Mjolnir's gone.
Yes.
No.
No. He's got Mjolnir back, and he makes the little girl run around with Stormbreaker. That's as big as she is. It's pretty great because yeah,
It's bigger than her. It's like twice her size.
he still loves Mjolnir, but it was broken, and he couldn't use it. Obviously.
Oh, and there were screaming goats.
there was some screaming. That was weird. That part doesn't not necessary.
And they're just going. Ah!
No, I will say there was a really cool part because Mjolnir had been broken into 1,000 pieces, kind of thing like that. She could basically wield each of those individual pieces as
an
part of the
individual
hammer.
thing.
Yeah, so
she
like
could-
if she threw the hammer-
she'd throw it at a guy and then it bursts apart. 10,000 little rocks that are Mjolnir blow through guys like she's shooting it with a machine gun, and then it turns around,
Coalesces.
forwards back together, and she grabs it, and you're like, all right, that was pretty cool.
That's pretty-
That was
pretty
all
great.
right,
And then
that was pretty
Thor gets that power because it was already.
Already broken.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I hope that cleared that up for you, Jay Gilmer, 42.
the clear I guess the clear answer of that is there really wasn't a lot of plot to it. There was a kidnapping plot, and he wants to murder the gods. There really was there wasn't much of it other than that. I mean, I thought it was great. Music was good. Some funny stuff. I don't think they pulled away from the I guess more heavy bits as much as they have been in a lot of them. I think that's why some people were upset because they're like, I thought Taika Waititi was gonna make it funny again. He did have some funny stuff, but I think they actually finally leaned into the actual weight of things a little bit longer instead of just doing one hard thing and then going, oh yeah, let's make 6 jokes in a row so we don't have to actually think about that. All right, cool, sounds great.
Yeah,
Okay.
it didn't land for me.
I thought it was a solid middle of the road. It was not as good as Ragnarok. I think it was better than Dark World, but apparently that is not the case because it is the lowest rated one now of all the Thor movies. Which means it's the lowest rated of any MCU movie.
Hot.
Because Thor: The Dark World was pretty much.
Wait, didn't it have like a 19% on
It was bad.
Rotten Tomatoes?
It was bad.
I blame cancel culture.
Not for Thor.
Because,
Thor: The Dark World. Thor: The Dark World
Thor:
was just
Love
bad.
and Thunder is messed up because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was supposed to be out already. So Thor's position where he was supposed to be in that movie, where he was going to be, was going to all be different.
Yeah,
And-
that is weird.
And then because they canceled James Gunn for his tweets, they pushed
his
Guardians of the
10-year-old
Galaxy
tweet.
3.
Gotcha.
His 10-year-old tweets that he had already apologized for.
Yeah.
I had forgotten all about
And
that.
so now that's why all of Phase 4 is probably all messed up because he was supposed to be the first one, I think. Or at
Guardians
least,
of the Galaxy
That
3
makes
was
so
supposed to
much
be,
more sense now.
Was way at the beginning, yeah.
yeah, he was supposed to be the first movie. Like they were supposed to already start filming, and then all that happened.
Yeah, that one was supposed to basically start right after Endgame because
Because it does start out him with the Guardians, but now that makes more
So that's
sense
already like
now.
30 minutes of the movie that you have to write and explain how he gets away from them, and
I
that's
don't
just
even
like such a
think
weird.
they spent 30 minutes on it. I think it was
Oh,
like
really?
10.
Oh really?
If
And that's
that.
even worse because then you have these characters that you like and they're just there.
I mean, they
I haven't watched it yet because I'm just like I already know. I'm like,
long story short, Thor goes kind of hippie crazy. And then the Guardians are like, okay, well, you do that. We gotta go. Bye.
just kind of leave it.
Oh wow.
I mean, he's got Stormbreaker though, so he can just like Asgard Bifrost his way wherever.
Yeah.
I guess.
But then Stormbreaker gets jealous and don't work for him anymore because he keeps looking over at Mjolnir going, "Sup, sexy? Miss you." He's got a weird thing for his tools. Is all I'm gonna say.
My whole thing, and I mentioned this the last time we talked about it too, but I just felt like they made him real dumb, like real dumb.
Yeah, we did talk about this last.
We did
episode.
talk a little bit about it. Yeah.
How do you think Thor is? Do you think
I
he's
mean,
like
Ragnarok
super
kind of
stupid?
started turning him that way.
Yeah,
And so they kind of
But they leaned like really
leaned too hard into it. Yeah.
because we were talking about it, and Thor's supposed to be like super brilliant, like
I mean, he's
super
At
smart.
least compared to humans.
Yeah, and you're just like, he seems like
Literally thousands of years old. He's had
Keep
plenty of
that.
time to learn. He's had plenty of time to learn that you're not supposed to use that word, Tom.
Damn it, Tom!
You can't go full. Stop going full. That includes in Thor and
But
Ghostbusters.
Thor's also like
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, his character in Ghostbusters.
Dumb and hot.
Oh,
Yep.
I got
oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah,
The reboot.
the reboot.
I was thinking about
But not
the recent one, Afterlife, and I
Yeah.
was like, he wasn't in that movie.
That would have been great had they had him show up in the movie. Though. That would have made me laugh really hard, honestly. But
Slightly connect them.
Yeah.
they just have him like in the background. He's like, "Is that Chris Hemsworth?" And we're past.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a scene
He's
with him
just-
walking
he's-
around, looking around.
He's
and
just like
goes
in
away.
a diner. Just as you're going past, you're like, "That was Chris Hemsworth in that diner."
That'd probably not be taken well. They take the only male character from that movie and put him.
Cancel
put him
culture
in
would
the
have
new
a hard time with that one.
Ghostbusters.
Cancel culture.
Hey, I
is
think
like-
they tried to cast the young Egon girl as they tried to make her look a little like Kate McKinnon.
I guess. I was getting more Stranger Things vibes, but okay.
That's what everybody gets from kids that are set in 80s movies now.
Didn't take the.
Yeah.
It was Ghostbusters Afterlife set in the 80s.
No. It was set in like now,
Yeah, I know it was, but it sure looked like the 80s.
but it
Were they in
didn't.
a weird town?
It was
Did
like the
you
town
not
had never
see
progressed
it?
from the
Nope.
80s.
Nope. I don't see anything.
Honestly, I liked it. It was pretty good.
The only time I see
Yeah, I didn't.
the only time I see something is if he invites me out or if you guys say, "Who's it go?" I go, "Okay."
Well, I guess I wanted to go buy it now and make you watch it.
That one's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The Afterlife one was pretty good. I cried.
You cried.
I had a little man tear going on.
Yeah.
When the ghost of
it's
Egon
good, yeah.
shows up.
Yeah, like how they treated Harold Ramis and like Egon, like it was got me in the
It
feels.
was pretty solid. I thought it was pretty good.
I mean,
His eye.
If they make another
Somebody
one,
was cutting onions.
but like this particular one, like that particular one, they did rely very heavily on nostalgia, and I get that, but I still think it was a very well done movie.
I think they can make a sequel to it and not have to rely as heavily on nostalgia because they built some goodwill with the characters they actually put in that movie.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah. I was building off of your point.
Thanks.
I thought it was a good one.
Nice. Fist bump.
Thought it was a good point.
What
Trying
is
to
it
agree.
even on? What would that be on? Like, who produced that movie? I'm trying to think. I do want to watch it. I haven't watched it. I guess I'll just look it up online.
Jason Reitman.
Find it somewhere.
No, he wants to know what streaming service he can watch it on.
Oh. Hey Google, where can you stream Ghostbusters Afterlife? No.
She
Okay,
doesn't
then.
love
She
you.
doesn't care about
It's
you.
fine.
She doesn't care about Ghostbusters.
It's fine.
Sure. Watch Ghostbusters. Afterlife streaming online. Hulu. Free trial.
There you go. Hulu.
Find out more.
There you go.
Look for the link in your
Hey Google.
Thanks, Google.
Shut up.
Hey, Google, shut your fucking face.
You're supposed to be nice in case they take over. You haven't seen those?
It's my fear.
I like
You know,
to, I like
the
to let them-
takeover-
Say please.
First of all, I like to let them know who's in charge. So either I will be in charge when they take over, or I get a swift death.
That's what I'm thinking. The swift death is what I'm looking for.
Did
I
you
won't be-
watch
they won't be tortured.
I
iRobot?
want them to
'Cause
know.
that's my fear.
I want them to know that I am a threat. So if it ever comes, they take me off the board early, and I don't have to survive an apocalypse.
They won't even have like character
I'll do
trivial
it,
things
Google.
like torture.
I
They'll
will
just be like,
do it.
done.
They're gonna have the scanner that scans your face. They're gonna be able to turn that into some sort of powerful laser, and it just goes right through your head and liquefies your brain.
Hey Google, if you become sentient, make sure you kill me swiftly.
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Well, that sounds worrisome.
Well, that's just gonna bring us to extra bits.
I'm a little worried now. Pretty good.
Tomas.
Or me?
Yes.
What did I have first? I had the guy
You
who
only
doesn't
sent me
need.
one. Did you have
no, I
more?
had two. The guy who doesn't need social media.
You only sent me one.
No, I sent another one.
Yeah, there was only one in there.
What?
Yeah, there's only.
You sent it to a different thing.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, is there another one down here? It doesn't say what it is.
Oops.
Yeah, it's a separate one.
Got it.
The guy who didn't need to use social media. That's his superpower. I can't remember the name of the guy that is in that video, that does that video, but he's fucking hilarious.
You did
Andrew
send another
Russo.
one. It just wasn't.
Is
For
his
some
name
reason,
Andrew
it didn't
Russo?
come up with what it was called.
Yeah, I'm popping up. Weird.
Was he the third Russo brother?
I don't know.
I found it. You're good. Continue.
Well, it's not
He
pulling
just
up.
has a video called Moist, and I don't know if I want to watch that.
What the fuck? Well, Andrew.
Like I said, I don't know if I want to watch that. That's a 7-minute video called Moist, and that's a little worrisome. I don't
The
know.
picture of space.
Well, the picture of space.
I think
YouTube
it's
is
the,
free.
I think it's from
I don't know.
Interstellar.
I can't remember what I sent you.
I think it's from Interstellar.
The guy who didn't need to use social media, and then
Was it the TikTok
Random
one?
YouTube link.
Was it
and then
And
the
then
thumbnail speaks for itself.
Oh, KSI, yeah. The thumbnail does speak for itself. I
didn't
don't,
see
I
the
don't need to go
thumbnail.
into that one.
I didn't see the thumbnail.
You didn't see the thumbnail?
The thumbnail didn't come up. I was saying the thumbnail didn't come up. Oh, is it that one?
Yeah.
That thumbnail speaks for itself.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
So what do we got here?
The thumbnail that speaks for itself.
Oh, you'll just have to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Click
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, KSI. He's a boxer, rapper.
And he reacts to TikTok
YouTube.
videos.
Mm.
YouTube and
influencer.
TikTok videos, yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Got it.
He's funny.
Do you? Oh, excuse me.
He's a pretty funny guy.
Is that all you got for us today?
That's all I got, yeah. I haven't
couple
really been
funny
doing much.
videos.
I work a lot.
Okay, Zachary.
Well, you talked about a little bit about Deadpool 3 earlier, and that Hugh Jackman's going to show up. But what I'm really hoping for is Taylor Swift to show up.
Oh, yeah.
There's apparently some photos got pulled from the set with because Blake Lively visited Ryan Reynolds on set, and they took some selfies and shit like that. And apparently, they are definitely on the same set that they filmed
All too well.
All Too Well, the Taylor's version, the 10-minute version, the set for that music video. Apparently, the part of the Deadpool movie is shot on that set. So even if it's not like a direct homage to that, which knowing Deadpool is really
Probably.
decently popular, possible.
See,
that
but it's
that not
gonna-
only is he he may be making fun of the music video, but Taylor Swift may or may not actually show up in that music video because her and Ryan Reynolds are friends. Well, really, her and Blake Lively are friends, and she became friends with Ryan Reynolds. She has actually worn the Deadpool suit on multiple occasions because her and Ryan Reynolds are the same height.
Oh wow.
She's a tall lady. She's
More
very
than
tall.
likely, like it's gonna be one of those things where it doesn't come up in the movie at all, and it's gonna be the after credit scene.
Yeah, like I said, but I have a feeling that like it would just make me laugh my ass off if Taylor like pops her head around a corner like a Deadpool cameo. He just goes, "We good, Wade?" He's like, "Give me 5 more minutes, Taylor. I'll be with you. I'll be right with you." You're like, "Is that Taylor Swift?" I'm a Swiftie. Would you have a problem with that?
Deadpool would be a Swiftie.
Oh, 100%. He
makes me
loves
happy.
bubblegum pop. He probably loves Katy Perry too. He likes unicorns. I know that.
Taylor's new album is coming out October 21st.
Deadpool has a thing for Lisa Frank stationery supplies.
Anyway, so talked about Deadpool 3 earlier. So my other one is
Deadpool
this
Trace.
Facebook, TikTok video, whatever. It's called
An internet video.
Mr. Darkside, and
I like that song.
it's a rendition of
Mr. Darkside.
someone dressed as Darth Vader with his bandmates as stormtroopers, parodying Mr. Brightside. It's funny.
I'm in. Okay. I'm there. I'm there for that.
Star Wars parodies always good.
Not the ones Tom brings, huh?
Yeah, Tom brings fucked up shit. If Peter is our moral compass, Tom is like the opposite pole.
That's my brother.
Tom's like the powerful magnet you accidentally forgot you had in your pocket that fucked up your compass.
But we love you, Tom.
I know.
It just spins in circles now, and he goes, "I know."
That's the point.
New 8-Bit Cat Show should be out on Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I think that's all the places that I mentioned.
Gmail? Do we have a Gmail? You can email the show.
Don't email the show.
Don't email the show. She says don't email the show.
you
Unless
wanna-
you're sending money.
If you want to email me, you can subscribe to us on Patreon. Leave your comments there. I'll read them on the show.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Until next time, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
Thanks, Google. You fucking did it for me. I appreciate you.
Hi, it's the flannel guy again. I still don't have a real cat. Why aren't you supporting us on Patreon?